Hey guys, everything sucks here, and this is like 99% an episode 3 review because I'm not even kidding when I'm saying this. Episode 2 was legitimately a copy and paste of episode 1. Another garbage chase scene, another garbage or more of garbage Leia. Uh, Literally nothing happens. There's just a little scene at the end where Obi Wan uses the Force poorly to save Leia, showing that he's still connected to the Force, and but barely holding on. And there's the big reveal that Anakin Skywalker is alive, and he is Darth Vader. So that's really all you need to know going into this episode. I can't believe they wasted our time with an episode 2 like this. So begins episode 3, and I'm expecting just to be completely frustrated at this point. And surprise, I'm right. So the episode starts with that scene from the trailer where Darth Vader is being assembled, and I guess that's supposed to make us feel intimidated, but it actually gives me the opposite effect. This guy is a poor, weak, old man that is barely held together by machines. Now, this is a big shock to me here, and somebody left a comment on one of my other reviews, and I'm just going to kind of give them like 90% of the credit because it made me think about this. And they try to treat Reva as this strong, independent character that doesn't need a man and doesn't conform to authority. But then she is literally sucking off Darth Vader. Okay, maybe not literally, but she wants his approval so bad it's just pathetic. So they don't know what they want to do with this character. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Inquisitors do know that the Emperor is in charge. So in my mind, a much more interesting storyline would be if Reva wanted to take the place of Darth Vader. If they're going to go for the feminist agenda, go all out, guys. What are you guys doing? Instead, they're doing this little half-ass storyline that we've already seen before. We've already seen, if you've played Jedi Fallen Order, we've already seen an Inquisitor that desperately wants the approval of Darth Vader and has a lust for power and revenge. It's obvious that Reva was one of the younglings that we saw that survived Order 66, and she feels slighted by the Jedi Order because her master either was killed or abandoned them cowardly. It wouldn't surprise me if we run into her old master. And this is all theories, by the way. I know there was a leak. I know that the full plot is out, but I'm not going to look at that because I have to prove to you idiots. And when I say idiots, I'm talking about the people who actually like this show. I have to prove to you idiots that this is super predictable. So I'm anticipating that Reva might have something on Vader. This is, I don't know, some secret information, maybe surrounding Leia or Luke, because she probably could put 2 and 2 together. Why is this Obi-Wan guy running around with a little girl? He's either one of 2 things: a fucking pedophile or taking care of Anakin's daughter. So maybe she might find out that Leia is Anakin's daughter, and then she might tie it together that, wow, Obi-Wan trained Anakin. I think she already knows that. So she and then she might find out about Padme and Anakin's past, and then he might kill her because she knows too much, and she might, I don't know, leak this information, some WikiLeaks type shit, but like Galactic Empire version. I don't know, but I put it's like a 99% chance that she gets killed. But I'm going off on a tangent. I'm not even really talking about this episode because I legitimately don't care, and neither should you if you used to love Star Wars in any way, shape, or form. So I'm just gonna kind of throw out theories, but essentially Leia and Obi-Wan are wandering the desert. Obi-Wan has some flashbacks of like episode 3 Anakin. it's just like a collection of scenes. Like, I don't know where they're going with this show, and not in the cool, mysterious way where ooh, I can't see anything coming, but in the way that it just not making any sense. So essentially, they're wandering the desert, and they come across, I don't know who this guy is. Some guy that's like cool with the Empire. He loves the Empire. He's basically like a galactic bootlicker at this point, and he gives them a ride. Leia's like, "Hey, let's get a ride from this random guy, even though we're on the run and could be killed at any point in time." So they get on this. Let's just call it a tractor. They get on this tractor and they drive it through, and then some of the stormtroopers literally pull up and like, "Hey, can we ride on this tractor too?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm cool with the government. That's cool." And the stormtroopers are sitting in front of Obi Wan Kenobi, the most wanted man in the galaxy, and Princess Leia, a public figure, and they don't know who they are. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. I know they're trying to establish tension, but this literally makes no sense. Like, let's take it back to like, I don't know who's a historical villain that we can talk about. Let's take it back to like 2003 or 4 or 5 or something, and then you're part of the FBI or the CIA or some kind of like. Sorry, I live in the U.S., so all I know is U.S. Government organizations because the school system's garbage here. So let's just say, or MI6, or you're part of some kind of whatever, wherever you are, you're part of their top government officials. So you're sitting there, and Osama bin Laden gets in a taxi with you, and you're just like, oh, this guy looks cool. Like, you're just talking to him normally, and apparently you get off, and then you're like, oh wait, that was the most wanted man in the world. Or let's just say somebody that everybody can relate to. We go back to 1940 and Adolf Hitler is in your taxi and you don't know who that guy is. Just doesn't make any sense. So I think they're trying to make this scene tense, but in my mind, it just shows that maybe the Galactic Empire isn't all it's hyped up to be. Even though it's supposed to be this tight-knit military organization that's the most fierce and intimidating government organization that the galaxy has ever seen. Anyway, the guy, for some reason, I guess has a change of heart and decides to snitch to the Galactic Empire that, hey, this guy might not be what he seems to be. And does Obi-Wan do anything cool at this point? Like, accidentally use the Force to, like, stop a blaster bolt coming at him? Or does he pull out his lightsaber and do some blocks? And then, he gets hit along the way. The old Obi-Wan, this would have never happened to. But he shows that he still has a connection to the Force. Now, this could be slowly building up to the duel that they have in A New Hope. Obi-Wan's slowly getting the Force back, but as we know, and this is not a spoiler because I assume you've seen A New Hope, him getting the Force back was not enough. It was too little too late. He loses the battle to Vader and becomes one with the Force and helps Luke. Is that what they're hyping up? No. He pulls out a blaster and, I mean, he just starts gunning down. Like, at this point, if Obi-Wan's going to use a blaster 99% of the time, I would have preferred to see, I don't know, maybe a show about like a detractor stormtrooper or something, or somebody who's known for using a blaster, a bounty hunter on the run. Anything but this. You have a Jedi and you're choosing to waste said Jedi. There's an action scene here, but it's not really worth anything because they get caught in the end. And of course the plot armor is laid on thick here, and a random woman, it has to be a woman of course, who's in some kind of commanding role, shoots the stormtroopers in the back of the head. So Obi-Wan's about to get executed, he's on the ground. It's kind of like that garbage scene in The Last Jedi where Finn and Rose are about to get killed. See how they just reuse things? Like, every time I watch this show or look at screenshots or make one of these videos, I get more pissed because there's literally no original ideas in this show. It's just garbage reuse scene after garbage reuse plot line. The only thing I would want to see from this that's reused is the music, and the music is not in here. Didn't they say John Williams was coming back? Apparently not. I don't know. I mean, they love to spam. What did they spam in the trailers? They spammed Duel of Fates. They spammed Anakin's Dark Deeds. They spammed the Force theme or Obi-Wan's theme, Binary Sunset, whatever you want to call it. They spammed iconic themes that aren't even in the show. What? The nostalgia goggles need to come off, people. If you're watching this and you like this show, oh man, I think you should be watching my glorious videos instead. Let's just say that's the nicest thing I could probably say right now. So Obi-Wan and Leia. Oh yeah, and then Leia for some reason asked Obi-Wan if he is her father. I don't know why they put that in there, but it was kind of like a dumb little emotional moment. And then he reminisces about Padme, because he's like, oh no, you're just like your mother though, blah blah blah. So the final 20 minutes of this is like the only section that's somewhat worth watching, because you get to see Vader try to bait Obi-Wan by just going through the village and killing people indiscriminately. And like we've seen in the first episode, they claim that the Jedi can't help but... What is it? Yeah, they can't help but help people. That's wordly weirded. I'm sorry. But so he tells the Inquisitors not to interfere with this. And I swear to God, I was praying that this was a dream sequence here, because this is insane and it's honestly canon breaking. So Obi-Wan sends Leia away and kind of lets just Darth Vader do his thing and kill these people, because obviously if Obi-Wan steps out here, he'll be immediately killed by not only Vader but the Inquisitors. So he's running away, and then Darth Vader appears like Michael Myers. He's just there, and he draws his lightsaber. I know this scene was supposed to be epic, but I'm like, Darth Vader can teleport now? So when that happened, in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's a dream sequence, because we saw that he had visions of old Anakin, so he's obviously going to have visions of Darth Vader because he's scared of him. Darth Vader's not really there. So this is going to touch on the PTSD of Obi Wan Kenobi, because we know they didn't duel until A New Hope. But no, this is real, and I'm like, oh no, and it took me to the end to realize, oh, this is real. Obi-Wan actually ignites his lightsaber, which I'm shocked. I thought they were gonna just blue ball us the entire time with Obi-Wan drawing his lightsaber. And him and Vader have a duel, and it's like a ripoff of the New Hope duel, but worse, because he's like, he basically says your powers are weak, old man. He said like the years have taken their toll on you, or something like that. And I don't know who the voice actor is for this. I don't know it. If it's James Earl Jones, like, you could tell like, whoever's doing the voice, I don't think it's him. I think it's Hayden Christensen, but using a voice modulator. And wow, like, at this point, get a professional voice actor, because the dude can't act. Like, I'm sorry, I know people are nostalgic, and I know for some reason now they're gonna hype up Hayden Christensen, even though they hated Hayden Christensen like 10 years ago or 20 years ago when this movie came out. I don't know why I said 10 years ago. I saw this movie, and I saw all of those movies in the theater. Glorious, great times. Those movies are masterpieces compared to this. But they're dueling in the woods, and it's like, I think they're trying to make it like a horror movie. Like, this dude is just like, this dude being Darth Vader is running around hunting Obi-Wan. Like, he's not using the Force at all. He just has his lightsaber out. And then they have, a couple of clashes here and there, and Obi-Wan is just completely overwhelmed. He gets Force pushed back like 50 feet. And we saw Darth Vader just mere minutes ago instantly killing people, right? So it's like, okay, I get it. He wants to make Obi-Wan suffer. I'll buy the fact that he doesn't kill him instantly. But then something happens that makes me think, what is Darth Vader doing? He wants Obi-Wan dead. He has him right where he wants him. Obi-Wan drops his lightsaber in the duel because he's getting choked out. He just literally has like no defense for this Force levitate / Force choke. And then this is badass. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like this. Darth Vader says, he doesn't say this, but he's like, "You're gonna feel what I felt." And he lights like a fire, and then he puts Obi-Wan in the fire, and I was like, and still I'm thinking, oh, this is a dream sequence, because he is feeling regret for leaving Anakin in the fire, in Mustafar, in the magma. He, like, this is all in his mind, because there's no way this guy could get thrown in fire with gasoline, so he has an accelerant, so it's covering his body with fire, and he not get killed, burned to death. He would be in a Darth Vader suit the next time we see him, right? But no, this is all real. And I'm like, what? Like this random woman has a shot on Darth Vader and all these clone troopers. For some reason, Darth Vader doesn't censor. She chooses to shoot a random stormtrooper and not Darth Vader himself. Then she shoots an explosive barrel, and then like all this fire comes up, and Obi-Wan's just on the ground. And I'm like, oh, this is real? Because she saw him. Because I'm like, okay, it wouldn't be real if somebody else could. I mean, it wouldn't be a vision if somebody else sees him. And Darth Vader just stands and looks at Obi-Wan. He doesn't use the Force. Like, he could just be like, you think fire can stop me? I made the fire, idiots. And then he could just like, I made the fire, I can put it out. Or, you know what? I'm going to pull you, sniper chick, into the fire too. You can join him. If you want to save him, you can die like him too. And then he would pull both into the fire. Like, why is that a thing? Why does he stop? Oh no, the fire's slightly bigger, so I'm going to give up. Like, what? Darth Vader, why are you cucked? You know, review over. I think that's the end of the episode anyway, so I don't need to give myself even a more of a migraine for this. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what they're doing. They break canon. They make these characters completely different people. They mess up the voice acting. They reuse plots that we've already seen before. Like, this has to be made for like 12-year-olds who haven't seen any Star Wars movie. Everything sucks signing out.